Hi people. I saw this video. It's a little bit old. From Darth Dawkins, and I have not seen a review, so I want to touch upon it. The video is called Darth versus Jim Majors, and without further ado, let's go into it. Yeah.
No, you bring out the worst in everybody.
That's because they can't answer the question.
No, it's because
Darth Dawkins really triggers everybody. That's because we don't answer questions. What a hypocrite person.
you are a raging, narcissistic, egotistical asshole.
Right. I think I was just assertive with
You
your evasive
scream,
response. Okay, and cordiality than the average atheist that we encounter.
I have been until you came on, because I have no cordiality for you because you were an absolute ass to me last time.
No, actually, I don't think I was. I think I was just
He's always contradicting other people's point of view in reference to how he behaves. I've seen him in many videos dealing with different people, from young to old and diverse people, and he is a real scumbag of a person, right? And in a recent video that I've seen in a Tom Roberts channel, I got this picture of baby Darth Dawkins, right? Because one of the other Christians, sorry about this, one of the other Christians said that he behaved like a child inside of a man's body. And this Christian was, well, I feel that this Christian was right. Okay, and the reason of the unicorn at the bottom is because Jim Majors is going to touch upon that subject in relation to a God claim, right? And it would make sense in a minute.
assertive with
You
your evasive
screamed
responses.
at me. You screamed
Okay, all
at
right,
me.
Jim. I have many people who watch the videotape, and everyone that I talked to thought that your behavior was ridiculous.
He always says that. Always says that.
Well, I'm sure they did. Did you show it to any atheists?
Now let's get back. Yeah, a lot of some atheists that I talked to thought your conduct was pathetic. Now,
Wrong.
I'm sure.
I don't
like
want
those
Jim.
names.
I don't want to get into rabbit trails. I know how atheists like to go on rabbit.
No, you are a PhD in rabbit holes. You're a weasel.
Trails. Now, do you understand? Okay, that because you don't have any reasons that God exists, it doesn't logically necessitate that there is no creator God.
It's justification enough for me.
No, you're not
a justification.
Yes, it is enough justification. If you don't give me, or you give me poor information about any given subject matter, let's say the unicorn, right? You are certain that the unicorn exists, for argument's sake, or replace that with God. If you say X amount of information and stating it as true, I can say, I don't believe your bullshit. Okay? I'm not saying that it does not exist. I'm saying that I don't believe you, right? And it may, if you want to carry on with the conversation, it may need more evidence for me to reach the conclusion of what you're saying, for me to believe it, if it's true or not. Simple as that.
You're not understanding.
You don't get to tell me what my justification is.
Jim,
right.
Jim, I expect more out of you being the former head of whatever this atheist republic is than ordinary atheists.
See, atheist republic, he's gonna always emphasize on that, because he puts Jim Majors into like a podium. He should be behaving like Darth Dawkins wants in this. Oh, by the way, everything is off script. I'm going with the moment. Yeah, I'm not Darth Dawkins. I don't do anything with script. I just put a little bit here and there, and then I go with it. I'm just natural.
I run into it is a non sequitur
Wrong.
unless you can tell me that you have acquisition of all possible reasons in existence for God.
No. No, that's not all the acquisitions. It's the acquisition of information from the recipient. It's from you, Darth. You Darth. You give me the information. That is my acquisition of information. I might interpret it wrong, but it's still your shitty information. Okay? It's not all ultimate or anything like that. It's what we receive. We receive through our perception, our mind. We gather our thoughts. I would say yes or no. If we say no, is your burden of proof is on you to give more information for us to reach a certain belief system of any topic.
Okay. Then it's a non sequitur. It necessarily follows that what you say is a non sequitur. Do you understand?
I have never been presented with a reason. If you have a reason to present me that you think will convince me, then please present it, because if God exists, I want.
Exactly. My reason, or Jim's reasons, is the justification is the limit of information received, right? And Darth Dawkins is trying to say ultimate this, ultimate that, ultimate. It's not about ultimacy. It's about the amount of information received.
There's no way that God's leading atheists. There's no way.
Okay, Tom, please don't pile on.
Yeah, and Tom Locke is his Padawan. If you don't know what that means, find out. It's very related to the Star Wars. Okay, it's a little minion of Darth Dawkins, aka Gary Mill.
Listen,
okay.
I want everyone else to.
I did not
Jim,
come here to get fucking jumped.
Everybody be quiet. Everybody stop talking. Moderator here. I'm gonna mute both of you. Listen. Let's keep this cordial and professional. We can act like adults and have a normal debate here. Let's chill. Listen, I'm not done yet. Nobody overtalk these two people at all. All right?
Okay. No one overtalk.
And this idiot, a friend of Darth Dawkins, the moderator says, "Shut the fuck up, everybody, except these two." Right? And this idiot talks over. It's just fucking funny. Yeah.
It's a conversation between Jim and Darth.
Shut up, sorta. Now, Jim, it is a non sequitur to say because you are unaware of reasons for God, therefore no creator God exists.
He's not saying that no God exists. It doesn't have justification to believe the existence. You, Darth Dawkins, are a real dishonest piece of shit. Okay? Because you're trying to push the negative on us, or with your interlocutor, or your rival. Okay? That's a sleazy move from you. That's 100% dishonest.
That's a non sequitur. Are we clear?
Well, why don't you believe in unicorns?
Bullseye. That's what I was saying about the unicorn. Why don't you believe in unicorns?
Jim, I'll be glad to address that objection momentarily.
Will you please, real quick?
Jim, okay. We have good reasons to believe that there are not unicorns.
We have got good reason. Just listen to what this scumbag is saying. We have good reasons. I want to know what those good reasons are. Don't you, ladies and gentlemen?
Do you have a good reason to believe that God does not exist?
Yes, and I'm sure that most of them would look a lot like the reasons that you have for a unicorn not existing.
Okay.
Would you give me your best reason that you don't believe unicorns exist?
All right, I will get to that momentarily, but I'm still waiting for an answer.
But
please
you
do not overtalk.
You have not answered a single one of my questions.
Please do not overtalk.
What do you mean, please do not overtalk me? Yeah, he just asked a simple question, right? Because Jim's point of view, or the way he's approaching it, is saying that he doesn't believe because he doesn't have sufficient evidence to believe so. And he's giving it back to you with the idea of the unicorn. It's exactly the same. Why you do not believe? Because X, Y, Z, right? He's not going to say to you, oh, you're incoherent this or you're incoherent that. Why you do not believe it? Why the ultimate thing about the unicorn or anything like that? It's stupid.
I will be more than happy. I will be more than happy for you to give me a list of questions for me to answer momentarily. However,
I don't want to give you a list.
I don't want to give you a list.
How about something reciprocal here?
That's the second time you've overspoken me. Now,
no,
asked you,
it's not.
This is the third time, Jim. Now, I asked you a question. Do you understand that when you say, I don't have or know of good reasons for God's existence, therefore, no creator God can exist as an ultimate? That is a non sequitur.
Okay, that is fine. Call it what you want. I will concede whatever you want. Now, please.
Yeah, he's saying that hypothetically because he wants to shift the burden by using the unicorn side of it. Watch this.
Answer my question.
Okay, all right. So then
I will not answer another one of your questions until you answer one of mine. No.
Darth Dawkins, his major specialty is to beat the shit out of somebody, right? Put him down on the ground, kick him on the balls, and say, okay, I will answer your question. It's because God said so. That's the level of intellect. Absolute dishonest piece of shit.
No, fuck that. Answer one of mine.
I will be glad to answer your question.
You know, you won't be glad. You're dishonest.
This is the exact same thing you did during the debate. You didn't answer a single one of my questions. I will not be shotgun.
I will be glad in a moment, within a 60 seconds or so, to answer your questions. Now, so are we clear then? No,
we're not clear. You're trying to put him in a corner.
That your line of reasoning for the falsity of God is fallacious.
It's not defining a falsity. He's saying he doesn't have enough information to arrive at the conclusion that a God exists. That's the thing. Simple as that.
This reasoning. Are we clear on that?
Are we clear?
As long as we're clear that your line of reasoning for the non-existence of unicorns is fallacious.
Okay.
Right.
Was your first answer to me that God does not?
See, now he's bashing. He's hitting him on the ground.
Not exist. Was it fallacious reasoning?
According to you, it is. But you please answer my question.
No, I'm asking. I didn't ask myself. I'm asking you. When you said that God does not exist ontologically.
Oh, ontologically. So let me show you something about ontologically. Right? This is the brand of metaphysics dealing with the nature of being, but being of real stuff, right? And as I said, it says that it's a set of concepts and categories in a subject area or domain that shows the properties and relation between them, which is fine, right? Now, you can use concepts to define something, but that is it. It is a concept, period, okay?
Because you don't have good reasons, you conceded that that's a non sequitur.
No, he did not concede on that. You push him into that. You actually beating him into a corner to submit to your line of reasoning or to your script.
So your main answer that God does not exist was fallacious. Are we clear?
No, we are not clear. Now answer my question.
Okay, well, we can get to that moment.
Answer the fucking question, you piece of shit.
You can answer my question or I can leave. This is your choice.
Jim.
No, fuck that. I am tired of you railroading me, Dawkins.
Well, I hope somebody's recording this.
I'm recording this, bitch.
Answer my question.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Just to humor you, I'll answer you whatever questions you want, and then I'm going to go back. Then, yeah. No, I will be glad to answer.
Get on with it.
One question. You could have answered it by now. Will you please answer it? No. How about you finish with my answer?
You're the former head of the Atheist Republic.
What's that got to do with it? This is the third time you mentioned that. Okay, what has got to do with it? Naming that he's the president or the CEO of a company or a business. Answer the fucking question. The first question.
And you're acting like an angry 14-year-old?
Call it what you want.
Right.
I had my past experience with you. You can look at any of my interactions with any other Christian, and I am completely amiable. Completely. But
maybe you're just angry
bring out
because
the worst. No, you bring out the worst in everybody.
That's because they can't answer the question.
No, it's because you are a raging, narcissistic, egotistical asshole.
Right.
Okay.
Precisely.
So more deflection. Now.
It's not deflection, right? You're portraying yourself like that. You're a scumbag of a person. Simple.
Answer my question.
Go ahead, and then we're going to go back to your fallacious reason.
Fine. Thank you. Please answer this question. What is your best reason for not believing in the existence of unicorns?
Why? Because we know that human beings have never observed.
Human beings have never observed a unicorn. Right? Never observe a unicorn. That is Darth Tolkien's reason for not believing it. Simple. He is his own defeater.
Unicorns. And if unicorns did exist, we would have observed them.
Right. If God would have existed, we would have observed it. The same shit goes back to you. Simple as. You just build your own defeater of your own God concept. You stupid fuck.
Wow, that's exactly what I predicted it would be.
Touche.
Sounds exactly why most people don't believe in God.
Okay,
right.
So could you formulate that back? So God does not exist.
So your reasoning is.
What do you mean God does not exist? Why? That's like saying unicorns don't exist. Why? It is you, Darth Dawkins, Gary Mill. You got shit for brains. Every time, if I see you live or whatever, I'm going to say, unicorns don't exist. Why?
Fallacious.
Jim, you just interrupted me again.
But your reasoning is fallacious, no?
No. What we have here is we have a category error.
God is special. It's a different category. See, unicorns are different. Okay?
The unicorn is something. Well, that's about the fifth time you've overspoken.
Shut up.
Well, call it what you want. This is a cop-out. This is a fallacy.
A unicorn is a temporal entity that is extended in time and space.
What? It's a temporal thing. Either it's real or not real. Shut the fuck up about temporal. You got shit for brain, seriously.
God as a concept of.
Oh. God as a concept. You hear what he said? God as a concept. What?
What is eternal is not defined as being instantiated as a material entity extended.
That is mumbo jumbo. Okay? He's saying, as a concept, my God is XYZ, and then you can fucking sugarcoat it however you want to and make any type of ramification or what your God wants, what you want the God to be. Okay? Remember what he's saying. God concept.
But your reasoning is fallacious, no?
No. What we have here is we have a category error.
Right, forget about that. It's afterwards.
The unicorn
That's
is something. Well, that's about the 5th time you've overspoken me.
Well, call it what you want. This is a cop out. This is a fallacy.
A unicorn is a temporal entity that is extended in time and space. God as a concept of what is eternal.
It's a concept of what is eternal.
Being instantiated as a material entity.
You can define it whatever you want, because it's still a concept. A concept is not something real.
Extended in time and space, so it's a category error. Okay. Now,
what does eternal mean?
Eternal.
No, that's Jim Major's error. Call it eternal. It basically, what he did, what Darth Dawkins is spreading the web, see where Jim falls, right? Instead of focusing on the concept part of it, which is the beginning of Darth Dawkins' bullshit, right? He touched another thing that is after the fact, which is some like a description of the concept. So Jim fell in the trap of talking about some other stuff that is beyond the initial concept, and he's going to screw it up like that.
It means something that is a necessary entity that exists because it's self-contained, and it's a necessary being.
Of course.
That's what eternal means?
Now, do you have any other questions? I answered your unicorn question, because I want to get back to the first thing that you said to show you step by step how fallacious it is. Okay.
Wait, hang on. You asked me a question. No, you asked me a question. I'm going to answer the question. You asked me if we can move on, and I said no. You asked if we can move on, and I said no.
Jim,
you asked me
badly now.
You fucking asked me if we can move on.
Darth Talker is saying that that Jim is behaving badly. Really?
And I said no. Why are you moving on?
I want any further questions that you have.
Don't move on. I said no. You asked me if we can move on. I said no. Why are you moving on?
See, I want all the Christians in the room. This is what you get when you get a prominent atheist.
So go to my YouTube channel.
All right. So listen.
Anybody. I will have a conversation with anybody else but this fuckwad.
Yeah, that's because you're
Darth. Wait. Jim here. You did agree to Jim here that you would answer questions from after he did answer that one question that you said that was fallacious. So,
do you have any further questions for me before we return to your main line of reasoning, or are you going to cut and run?
It's not going to cut and run. But you beating somebody that is down. You're trying to push him into your sleazy fucking script, which is really disappointing.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, how is it a category error?
Right.
It's a category.
You see, now he went straight to the point. Because Jim wants to equate God concept with the unicorn concept. That's his goal.
Because God in this conversation is defined as what is.
Hold on. Right, is defined. You don't know even a particular God. What will you know? What is he built of? Right, are you defining something into existence? Right. Something that is not real, a concept, you're talking it into existence, basically. Okay, you can define something that is not real, or at least you have not proven that it's real.
Ultimate, absolute, and self-contained and non-contingent. A unicorn, or anything else for that matter, would be defined as something that is temporal and not self-contained and derivative.
Wrong, because it is self-contained, because we can see a horse, with a horn, okay, more or less white, and that's it. So it is self-contained. It will contain until we run out, or the planet run out of human beings to be able to think that one out. Same with the God, anyway.
That's it.
We're not talking about the nature of the entities. We are talking about the existence.
Right, nature. Basically, the description. Correct, Jim. You're dead on. Right. So that's what Darth Dawkins wants to do. Talk about the descriptors of the subject matter, or the concept of the subject matter, and it's not making it. Is trying to make it real, right? And then the definition makes it even more real. That's the dishonesty of Darth.
Of the entity.
Right. So we can say that certain physical things don't exist because were they to exist, we would have visual apprehension of certain things. For example, many times people like, instead of talking about unicorns, people say, well, I don't believe in God for the same reason that I don't believe in the Easter Bunny. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, we have good reasons to believe that some things do not exist because evidence that we would expect to see, and we don't see it, that when we have an absence of evidence, in some cases, it is evidence of absence. But if you try to apply that to God, God is in a different category. So
No. That's special pleading, right? Special pleading, because you can actually put in the same boat what you just said previously.
So if you try to make belief in unicorns and God comparable, then I will ask you what evidence you would expect to see if a creator God existed, and in the absence of it, tell me why you would necessarily see that. But you wouldn't be able to answer that.
First of all, that is special pleading. It is
right.
They are not.
How is it special pleading?
What do you mean? How is it a special pleading? Because you made it special. You made it different from the rest.
It's special pleading to say that God is in a different category than literally everything else with exponential evidence. And there is I would say there's a lot more evidence, both physical, archaeological, textual, for the existence of unicorns than there is for a God.
Okay. Jim, is God defined as being eternal?
Hey, a definition does not make it real. Okay, I can define how Superman's cape is X long, and that would control his flight. You stupid idiot. Okay, defining something, it has to be real for you to judge the qualities of it. Don't make shit up as you go.
If you define God as being that, then yes.
Of course.
Well, we're talking about
is defining it into existence.
All gods, that would also include the concept of God, where God.
Remember the concept. He's fucking up his own fucking argument. When you say concept of, is up here. Okay. Once the product is on the table, it's not a concept anymore. It's real. It exists in our natural world. Concept is up here. Okay? That's your fuck up, Darth Dawkins.
Is creator and eternal. So God is defined, God is within the category of what is eternal and ultimate. When we talk about other entities, no, it's not strawman.
You're strawmanning me about what I believe about what God is. If
you're
trying to establish how I perceive God to be, then you're strawman.
You're interrupting me.
I was just trying to correct you, but if you want to strawman me, then go ahead.
It's not. I'm not representing what you believe. I'm giving you a operational definition.
Basically, his own way. Okay, he's creating his own definition, and we have to accept his bullshit. It's that simple.
Of what we would designate as a creator God. You disbelieve in any creator gods, right?
I disbelieve in any gods.
Okay,
period.
So that would include the God concept.
Basically, a God concept. He cannot make any more obvious. A God concept
of that God, where God is eternal, ultimate.
God is. He's saying a God concept is eternal. A concept. Think what you're saying, Darth.
An absolute and the ground of all being. Now, such an entity would be an entirely different category than unicorns, or for that matter, the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus, because each of those three things would be represented as being extended in time and space.
Yeah, that could be eternal. Extended to what? Infinity? Of course. It's a man-made thing. Like your Christian religion bullshit. Yeah, it's a concept.
I disagree. I disagree.
May I finish, please? I'd like to, Jim, I'd like to finish, please.
No. If Jim says he disagrees, listen to his disagreement and then you reply, you make a counter reply. Don't say just listen.
Okay. But we can't have a working definition that we disagree on.
Right.
Jim, okay, what I want the other Christians in the room to notice, how I point out all the time that when you start conversing with atheists, they will argue about everything in order to derail the conversation.
You're trying to establish a definition, a working definition, and I disagree with it.
Right.
Why would you want me to agree with something that I disagree?
No, so you disagree that there can be a definition of God where God is designated as possessing the attribute of eternal?
Yeah, but that doesn't make it real. You're just making a definition of a character. It's like defining Spider-Man. How much Spidey perception, how far it goes. 200 meters, 300 meters, 3 kilometers. Yeah, you're describing a concept or a concept or an idea of a concept.
That's a definition, Jim.
That is a singular God, okay? We're talking about a God concept. I'm talking about every God concept.
Right.
Now, if you want to argue the existence of the Abrahamic God, then I'm happy to. But don't try to sneak in God as a vague, ambiguous concept that blankets all.
Okay, what you're doing right now, okay, is you're baiting and switching. You're moving the goalposts. What we're talking about here.
No, I'm preventing you from doing that.
Jim, would you please stop interrupting me? Because the more you interrupt me, it's more evidence that you're trying to obstruct the interaction.
Not really. You're trying to derail it, right? You're trying to make it like the God of the Bible is the only God, and your definitions of the God is actually real.
That's fine. I really hope somebody's recording this because I really am getting tired of you strawmanning me. One more strawman.
I didn't strawman you. I'm simply talking about the definition. Jim, do you disbelieve in the concept where what is eternal, absolute, and ultimate is a mind? Do you disbelieve in such an entity?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the concept that we're talking about. So such an entity would not by definition be extended in time and space.
What are you talking about? He doesn't believe it. That's it. Simple.
And in human history. So it's in a completely different category than, let's say, a unicorn or the Easter Bunny, or for that matter, let's say a T-Rex. Okay? Now,
I would have to know more about it before I would put it in a different category, because as of now, with the information that I have, then it would.
That's the magic word. Up to the moment, with the information that he has, he reaches a conclusion of an affirmative or a negative belief system. That's it. It's simple as that.
Would be in the same category. No, I'm fucking answering you.
Right.
No, what you're doing is...
Well, let him answer you.
You're filibustering. Now.
Filibustering, right? And this idiot, Darth Dawkins, is filling more information to a concept, to a God concept. Are you fucking for real, Darth?
I'm filibustering. Really?
Yes.
Loudmouth.
Yeah. Now, Jim, are you done? Are you done questioning me?
Go for it, motorboat.
Okay. Now, when you say you don't have good reasons to believe in God, and you say therefore,
in a concept of God, in a concept,
no creator God exists, that's a non sequitur.
It didn't say non-creator God.
You've already conceded that that is fallacious. That was your first and foremost grounds as to why God does not exist.
He's not saying that God does not exist.
So you've conceded that that's fallacious. Are we clear?
No, because I disagree that God is in a different category than a unicorn.
You're baiting and switching again.
No,
No, it's
we're
not.
not. I'm telling you, no, we're not. You say it's a category error. I say it's not. So until we come to an agreement here, then we cannot go on. So
Right.
I'm not going to stick to your fucking.
Right, because Darth Dawkins is pushing it into a special pleading.
Jim, you stated that God.
I'm not moving on to the next point in your script. Okay, we've been through this before. The exact same conversation. I'm surprised. Actually, you know what? I'm not surprised that you don't remember it because you probably go through the same script multiple times.
Jim, I asked you if you had any further questions, and you said no. And now you're going back to those questions again. Now, what I want to know from you is...
I'm sorry. Was that the end of my questions?
Jim, were you done asking me questions?
Well, I don't fucking know. If you say something that I question, then
Jim,
no.
Why are you screaming?
Because you frustrate the fuck out of me.
I'm treating you with absolute respect and dignity, Jim.
No, you're not.
The hell you are not.
No, you're not.
I think it's patently obvious to
It's patently obvious that you're a fucking dishonest piece of shit. That's patently obvious.
everyone in the room. They're witnessing how I'm dealing with you.
Oh, well, if we just take this little 30-second clip, then yeah, it seems that I'm just abusing the poor Christian. But if we look at it in its entirety and in your career history of being an asshole on the internet, then no, it's quite clear that you're the asshole.
Okay.
Right.
So, Jim, is it a non sequitur to say because you don't have good reasons to believe in God, therefore no creator God can or does exist ontologically? Is that a non sequitur?
Ontologically. It's making it real. Yeah, it's making God real because he's saying ontologically. What a dishonest piece of shit.
Sequitur, Jim.
One more time.
Yeah, unfortunately he's getting confused. Yeah, remember guys, right? The nature of being, but being real. Let me put it here, right? Or being real. That's the whole point, okay? You talk about ontology of the real stuff. Unless you say, no, we're going to talk about the ontology of a concept, right? But he's misusing the ontology part of it, okay? That's way dishonest.
When you assert that you don't have good reasons.
It's not what do you mean assert? You give me information, I say I believe you or I don't believe you. It's not that you assert as in no, there is not anything or whatever. It just I don't believe your bullshit. Give me more information, I might believe it.
To believe in God, or that you are unaware of good reasons to believe in God, does it logically necessitate that no creator God ontologically exists?
No, not just by itself.
Okay, so you've now conceded that your first answer to me was fallacious.
You see, it's pushing the burden onto Jim.
You're assuming that I come to my belief through purely my own knowledge. I mean, I don't know about you, but I stand on the shoulder of giants.
Okay. Jim, is it fallacious to assert because you are unaware of reasons for God, therefore...
It's not fallacious. I might have limited information about something and still not believe in it, but it could be true, right? So it's up to you or the recipient of the information to give the rest of the information or more information or up-to-date information, any fucking information, factual information. I'm not talking about fucking your mumbo jumbo fucking filibustering, yeah, and all that bullshit that you talk about. It's because of this Y and Z, and it's only about fucking in your imaginary small child brain. Nah, you're full of shit, man.
Through logical necessity, God cannot ontologically exist. Is that a fallacious form of reasoning?
That is not my reasoning.
Right.
That's what you said in the beginning, Jim.
No, he did not say that. No, he did not say that.
That's not my only reasoning. It is one part of my reasoning. Yes.
Jim, is that fallacious?
By itself, I would say that it is not justified.
Okay, so we're going to go back to square one again.
No, we are not. No, we are not doing this.
You see, now he's on the ground and he's now trying to kick him in the balls.
One by one, okay?
Well, I asked you if you had any further questions and you said no. So what I'm trying to ascertain from you, Jim, would you not overtalk me, please?
Sure, buddy.
It just makes you look bad.
No.
Right?
You look like a fucking scumbag. He's not looking bad at all, man.
Now, what I want to know from you, without repeating your first answer, which you've conceded is a non sequitur, can you give me your rationale why no creator God necessarily exists?
No. You're making the negative question. You're shifting the burden of the proof. That's your
Jim,
stick.
You muted yourself. I don't know if you've realized that.
Yeah. So how is it that no creator God exists?
Because we don't have evidence that a creator God exists. We do not observe it. We do not.
Exactly. This guy is going to the negative, but is applying Darth Dawkins' version of the unicorn, and that's the whole point of my video here. Exactly the same point of view. Okay.
Not all the stories about it are completely contrary to the way that people say that they experience and feel God now. So as far as that God concept, I think that not only but nobody has any good reason to believe that God exists.
Okay, so you've made a determination that all facts that you are...
No. Now he comes with a sticker, all facts related to this, related to that. It's all facts that he has got. Okay? And if you cannot present any more facts, it is in his right to say, no, I don't believe your narrative.
Aware of do not stand in causal relations.
Causal relation, that's your fucking philosophy bullshit thing. You are using philosophy to prove your God. You're not even using logic, reason, proof, evidence, or anything like that.
To God. Is that your position?
It's confused.
Well, yeah. I mean, that would have to be the case.
Okay. How did you determine that all facts collectively do not stand in causal relations to a creator God? How did you make that determination?
What? How do you make... You see, it's shifting the burden onto him to prove it. I'm repeating myself, but he fucking repeating the same question again onto Jim. Well dishonest.
I didn't. It was an implication of the belief that God doesn't exist.
No, you told me that there's no evidence for God, which is
right.
Another way of saying that facts do not stand in causal relations with God as the prerequisite.
No. It means you have not given enough evidence for him to reach the conclusion of belief. Period. Don't give fucking philosophy bullshit thing.
Of all facts.
Okay, now you're strawmanning me again.
Right.
No, you're strawmanning me again. I didn't say anything like that.
Right.
Do not put words in my mouth. You can take my words or you can just forget it.
Jim, when you say that there's no evidence for God, does that equal...
He's showing there is no evidence because you have not given the fucking evidence. What part you don't understand, Darth Dawkins?
Saying that facts do not, all known facts don't stand in causal relations to God.
All known facts has not proven any God. Any God. Never mind yours. Any.
No, it doesn't.
So how did you determine that nothing is evidence for God?
Because nothing is evidence for God. What do you mean? The same way that you came to the belief that unicorns don't exist. I'm telling you that they hang up here is this category error thing that you have going on. So you need to justify putting God in a different category before we can get beyond this.
Mm-hmm.
I was paying very close attention, and I really didn't hear an answer to my question. How did you determine that there is no evidence for God?
He's not saying there's no evidence. He's saying there's not sufficient evidence in his opinion. Right? And here's what I have heard. And that's it.
We are not going to get anywhere as long as you keep circling that.
Right.
You have to address.
Well, you made that assertion, right? That nothing constitutes evidence for God.
No, he did not say that. Not that I recall.
Did you not make that statement?
Yes.
I don't recall that.
Now, does evidence entail causal relations?
See, he's getting wound up. That's the problem. I did not recall that.
Between two entities.
So I don't blame Jim per se, because that's Gary Mills' specialty, to push people in a corner saying, "Did you say that? Yeah. Baby Darth."
Well, it depends on what you're calling. I mean, what are you calling evidence? What do you mean?
Jim,
like,
right.
Are you talking about a direct link, or are we talking about some sort of in the regress through the whole tendrils and branches of causation?
Jim, when you use the word evidence, does evidence entail causal relations between two entities?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say there's no evidence for God, what you're saying is
there's no evidence. You see, shifting the burden. If there's no evidence, Gary, provide the fucking evidence. Don't push into him. Don't be that fucking dishonest. Come on, man.
That the facts that you are acquainted with are not deemed worthy of standing in causal relations with God. Is that correct?
What do you mean it's not in causal relation? There's no fucking relation because it's a fucking concept.
I'm saying that facts do not correlate with the claim that God exists.
No, you stated there is no evidence, which is the statement that
No. Don't tell me what I mean. I just told you what I mean. No, fuck you. Stop strawmanning me. I just told you what I meant.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so Jim,
I told you what I meant. Shut the fuck up. I said what I meant.
Can you tell me then that all of the facts that you are aware of, what are they evidence of ultimately then?
Ultimately.
My left testicle. Are you happy that we got it?
Well, you see, you're the former head of the...
Former head has got nothing to do. I said that in the beginning. Okay? Putting somebody on a pedestal doesn't make you right. And it doesn't make you... You don't even have a right to make him positive the negative onto you.
Atheist Republic, and I expect serious answers.
My left testicle.
Yeah, well, it's going downhill from here.
If all facts are not evidence of God.
What do you mean all facts are not evidence of God? What facts? Tell me, what facts?
As the origin point and the ground of all being, what is it?
That's a descriptor of your concept of God. Okay? Description does not make it real. The Superman's red cape or the unicorn horn does not make the unicorn real.
That all facts are evidence of ultimately. What would that be?
Ultimately.
If I had to guess, it'd be my left testicle.
No, I'm looking for an adult answer, Jim.
This is the answer that I have for you. This is where we've gotten. So you're
right.
Welcome.
So I was mistaken. I thought you were a serious representative of.
He was saying, Jim, in his behalf, Jim has been straightforward answering your questions, right? But when you're trying to push him into a corner, then you deserve to be fucking ridiculed with the left testicle bullshit thingy.
Of atheism on the internet.
When it's warranted, absolutely.
Right.
All right. So what I want to know is, since you have ruled out that facts are evidence of God,
doesn't rule out anything. You strawmanning him again.
Then do you have in mind what all facts are in reference to foundationally?
I'm sorry, but this is definitely not something that warrants a serious conversation or any effort for me, or much less my presence. I really don't even know why I'm here.
That's not a legitimate question? I think it is.
That is my answer to you. Is that not a legitimate answer? I think it is.
Okay, all right. Do you know or not know what all facts are causally related to ontologically?
What? All facts ontologically, yeah, to whatever is real. And then you see the descriptors of what is real, and then you come to a conclusion, what is what? Simple.
Nope, I sure don't, and you don't either.
Okay, now, since you don't know what all facts are causally related to...
Not all causes are a single event. Yeah? All causes are the sum of everything. For example, call it existence. Yeah? And then the realm of the imaginary, like Superman's red cape.
How did you rule out God?
My left testicle. Thanks for sticking to your script. You did so good.
No, I think that's a legitimate question for you.
No, it's not.
No, it's a legitimate leg of your little tree diagram that you have.
Right.
Okay.
Tell us why it's not a legitimate question.
Shut up, Pandemic.
No. Yo, you shut up. How? No, you.
Whoa. Everybody chill. Hey.
See, I blame the moderator here. He should have muted everybody except those two people, Darth Dawkins and Jim Majors. Right? That's what this problem just started.
He wasn't telling you to shut the fuck up. Pandemic, we're having a debate here. He was telling Pandemic to shut the fuck up. He wasn't telling you to shut the fuck up.
Talking to you, Jim. He's talking to Pandemic. Okay. Now, since you have ruled out God as being the causal origin,
Doesn't rule out anything, my man. Right? You're stating God as real when you said it was a concept.
Of all facts, that all facts are not evidence of God. So then, am I correct in understanding that you do not know what all facts are evidence of in terms of ontological origins? Is it correct? You don't know?
I have already answered this question. If you do not remember, I am sorry.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that you confirm it. So you did say that. So you said you don't know what all facts are evidence of ontologically.
All facts, right? All facts of what? All facts of my monitor? All facts about all living beings? All facts about the universe? Yeah. You are misleading.
How did you rule out that God ontologically is or is not evidence? How did you?
Ontologically, because you had to prove that it's real to be to define it as such.
You determine that.
I really hate to be rude and possibly ableist, but do you have short-term memory loss?
How did you determine that nothing is evidence for God?
No, not nothing. Sufficient evidence. He has not received enough evidence to conclude that it's real.
I think it's a legitimate question.
No, it's not. Nope. It's a slimy question.
Can you not answer the question?
Maybe he's having difficult technicals.
I seriously doubt that. So, Jim, how did you determine that facts are not in any sense, shape, or form evidence of God ontologically? How did you determine that?
Again, what facts? Okay, what facts have you determined that is real?
I just felt down and just wiggled around my left testicle, and it's all.
I hope you're recording this, Supreme Leader.
I am recording it, bitch.
Who's the Supreme Leader?
Yeah, shut up, Trump.
Yeah, shut up.
So, Jim, you asserted that nothing is evidence for God. So that's a propositional claim. Now, do you agree with the statement that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence?
Unfortunately, here G Major is going to make a fuck up. He says no, but yes, you do need it. Okay? A concept of God and a concept of you having a dog, I need more evidence. So yes, but he's going to say no. So, but that's because he's under pressure or fucking fed up of this twat of Darth talkies.
Do you agree with that?
No.
See?
Really, this is a common phrase that atheists use all the time.
No, it's a common phrase for everybody. Every human being will say that if you go every day to a different galaxy because aliens take you there, what am I going to say? It's not sufficient evidence, or the limited evidence that you just gave me. Am I going to say, yes, Darth, you can go every weekend with aliens to have a barbecue down in fucking Pluto or whatever? Yeah, cool. I don't need more evidence just because you say so. That should be fine. You ignorant sod.
All the time. Are atheists wrong when they assert this all the time?
It's not atheists. All of it. Everybody.
I believe that they are misguided, that they are speaking hyperbolically, and because somebody very influential first.
Okay. Now, when you...
Yeah, that was Christopher Hitchens.
You assert there's no evidence for God. Can you please explain to us how you determine that?
I've already answered this question. I am not going to answer any other questions that I've already answered.
Right.
Well, it's not clear to me. Did anyone else...
Hey, it's not... That's your dishonesty. It was clear. It was clear to me. Okay? If it's not clear to you, it's because you got baby fucking head. Baby Darth Hawkins.
A clear answer how he determined. Okay. Now, for the benefit of everybody in the room.
No, then I'm sorry. No, my benefit outweighs your benefit. Okay, so my needs come before yours. I don't feel like doing it.
Right.
Not gonna repeat myself.
So really, you're the former CEO of
Oh my gosh, are you fucking brain dead? Yes, I am. How many times are you going to ask me that?
Right.
Well, I expected more out of somebody who's the head of an internet atheist organization, that they should at least give me intelligent answers to my questions about their atheism.
If it's any consolation, I didn't expect anything less than the shit that just squeezed out of your head.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm asking you very legitimate philosophical questions.
Right. Philosophical questions. Not factual, philosophical.
About your atheism, and you're losing your mind over it.
How can you expect me to address serious philosophical questions when you are a literal, living, breathing human turd?
Okay, I'm glad this is being recorded.
Yes,
good.
Definitely being recorded.
Post this shit all over the internet.
Roger that, Jim.
So
it would be my pleasure.
God does not exist because...
Oh, God does not exist because that's your lamey fucking sleazy line.
Because my left testicle. Good night, bitch.
Excellent answer.
No. That was perfect. Here's
of course, it's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a guy who is the head of the Atheist Republic, whatever that is. The guy acted worse than 98% of the teenagers that I encounter.
Nah, wrong. I have had almost all your debates, right? And it's been in the same situation. You've been pushy, being a bully piece of shit, right? And then you come with the sticks to your minions. Oh, how they misbehave, how this is it. You run to your fucking corner like a coward that you are.
Yeah, he was far worse than a lot of them.
There's a Tom Locke. That's fucking his little slave.
Morons we see on a daily basis.
I'm not. I hope this was.
You see him on the daily basis. What? Tom Locke, don't you fucking work for a living?
It's recorded. I really pray and hope that
I know for a fact it was. I know for a
fact
it was.
This is fantastic.
Oh yes,
no, you
fantastic.
Bring up the worst.
Fantastic. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. See you later. Bye.